And the charges today against Nicolae Miu are now in the hands of a jury. Miu accused of stabbing several people on the Apple River nearly 2 years ago.
Nicolae knew this was not self-defense. All of his actions, from the minute the stabbings are done, from the second the stabbings are done, he knew it.
Why does he stab him one time if he wants to kill him? Why doesn't he smash him up? He wants what he wanted all along, to get away from these people.
Miu faces a long list of charges, the most serious first-degree intentional homicide for Isaac Schumann's death. But in the last 24 hours, the state also added lesser charges for the jury to consider. There are also multiple charges for the 4 other stabbing victims who survived the incident, and a battery charge for the incident in which Miu is accused of striking a woman. The jury was handed that case at 12:18 this afternoon.
They have had just one question so far. This was a request to rewatch that cell phone video of the incident. Rob Olson live from St. Croix County now after listening in on closing arguments. So Rob, now we are just waiting for this verdict.
Yeah, the jury is out for the day. They left at 4:30 and will be back at 8 o'clock this morning and have asked to again view a portion of this video. That is the key element of the evidence here. They've got a lot to think about, not just on all the charges that you just detailed, but all the information that came at them today in the closing arguments, with the defense again saying this was a fight for his life in self-defense, that he wasn't trying to kill, he was trying not to die, and the prosecution saying, well, no, he stabbed in a way that could only really, or that could reasonably result in death here. And a couple of these stabbings, the last 2, he just walked up and did it. So again, they really are telling the jury that self-defense claim doesn't fly.
In the end, what is beyond clear, Nicolae knew this was not self-defense.
In its closing, the prosecution agreed. The teens Nicolae Miu encountered on the Apple River were cruel in their reaction to his own odd and aggressive behavior.
But their conduct did not justify what Nicolae did.
But they argued when Miu pulled the knife from his pocket, that came at a point when there was no threat and plenty of room to walk away.
He can't be that afraid that he's got to reach for his knife and so unafraid that he turns his back on them. He was angry, not afraid.
They also replayed this video from when he was first detained to stress to jurors he'd been lying right from the beginning.
Did you see anybody injured?
No.
You didn't see anybody injured?
No.
Did you see anybody fighting?
I heard people screaming at each other, yes.
What we're asking that you do is that you send Nick Miu home.
Miu's defense conceded to jurors that Miu did lie to police when he claimed he wasn't the one with a knife, but argued he never lied about self-defense, that once the physical confrontation began is when Miu felt surrounded and under an intense threat.
I would submit to you at this point, it's coming from all sides and from multiple people. And this man, who had heart surgery, is terrified.
In a rebuttal, the prosecution argued that Miu struck first, and he felt humiliated, not in danger.
One of the many things I'm going to be grateful about when this is done is that I never have to hear again that the actions he took that day was the fault of these boys. That's ridiculous. It's despicable.
Again, the jury resuming at 8 o'clock tomorrow and asking the judge to review a portion of the key evidence iPhone video here, beginning from 10 seconds before the initial confrontation with the 2 women there on the river. So again, that'll be how they start tomorrow, and we'll be here monitoring what else happens and what a verdict comes in. Live in Hudson, Rob Olson, Fox 9.